Welcome, welcome. Here we go. Let's start in mountain pose. And as you're continuing to arrive, just feel the breath, taking a few deep breaths. Nice full inhale through your nose. You can exhale through your nose or out through your mouth. You can do that one more time, just to get reacquainted with your breath. You can add some movement, checking in with your body. Good. And just continue with this slow, steady breath. And as you inhale, you might feel the breath rising upward to fill your lungs. A nice expansive breath in. And a slow and controlled breath out. And with that exhale, as you're able, drawing your navel inward towards your spine, connecting to your center body. Again, as you inhale, feel the lengthening in your spine, breath rising, fill up your lungs, kind of the front portion of your body. Exhale, drawing your navel in, connecting with the abdominal lock. Uddiyana Bandha, the abdominal lock. A way of really focusing and being aware of our center, helping with balance and movement, and even just standing in stillness. Let's take 3 more breaths, slow, steady, controlled breaths, as you now prepare your body to move. And when you're ready, inhale and extend your arms overhead. Just take your time, just treat it like a nice stretch. Exhale, fold forward, hinge at your hips, bend your knees, carefully guide your way down towards your toes. Maybe your hands touch your toes, or maybe they land at your shins. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins or knees and extend your spine. Feel like you're coming forward. And exhale, slowly melt your way back down. Feel the natural curve of your spine. Relax your head, neck, and shoulders. Let it go heavy and loose. As we hold this forward fold, checking in with the sensations in your legs, perhaps. The curvature in the spine, that pull, gravity drawing you downward through the crown of your head. Hopefully creating some space down along the spine. Check in with your shoulders, add some movement. Good. Let's return to a halfway lift. So you'll inhale, slide your hands up to your shins or knees, and extend your spine. Just hold here. This half forward fold, creating a flat back. You're parallel to the ground. Nice firm connection to the floor with your feet. So be aware if you're shifting your weight into your heels or forward into your toes. Feel that center. Nice grounded feeling. Solid. Soft knees. Extended spine. Now shift your weight into your heels, bend your knees, feel like you're going to sit down, so lower your hips. You can take your arms out to the side as you inhale and grow tall. Good, reaching into the air, another good stretch. And the exhale, you can bring your hands down to your heart or arms down to your side. And just return to a mountain pose, find your breath. Let's go through that same sequence, our half salute. Whenever you're ready, inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Good stretch. Exhale, lead with your heart, fold forward. Soften your knees as you guide your way down. And inhale, slide your hands up to your shins or knees. Allow the crown of your head to lead you forward. Exhale, back down we go. Another weight shift into your heels, bend your knees, long spine, spread your wings and float your way back up with an inhale. Reach a little higher. Exhale, hands to heart or arms to your side. So we've introduced movement in the body, experience breath movement throughout the body. We'll just continue to add on to our sequence. Always okay to move at your own pace. Modify any poses as you need to. Here we go. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up into the air. Good energy in your fingertips. Exhale, lead with your heart as you fold forward. Take your time, guide your way down. Inhale, rise up halfway. There's our halfway lift or monkey pose. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Get low enough to place your hands on your mat. Walk, step, or hop the feet back into plank pose, our high push-up position. Just a nice long straight line in the body. Engaging the upper body. Nice strength building here. Core is engaged. Let's take a breath in. And exhale, bend your knees a little to send your hips up into the air, guiding your body into downward facing dog. You might need to adjust your feet on your mat, maybe even your hands if you need to. Keep a good softness in the knees. Bend your knees. That will give mobility in your hips, so you can send them up a little higher. You might even just wag your tail a little bit just to get into your hips. A little shift side to side. And even pedal the feet here like you're walking or pedaling a bicycle. Stretching your calves, your toes, the soles of your feet. And you can even rest and come out of the pose if you need to. Come down to a child's pose if you need to rest. And now moving from here, we'll take a nice full breath in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, connect to your core center, ready to move. Bend your knees so you can walk, step, or hop the feet up to the top of your mat. You'll be in forward fold. Inhale, extend your spine, maybe a weight shift towards your toes. Heels might want to lift. Exhale, fold. Solid on both feet. Then the weight shift into the heels. Bend your knees, lower your hips, and inhale, reverse your swan dive. Grow tall, reach high. This exhale, take chair pose. Keep the body flowing. Here we are, chair pose. Inhale, ready to move, and exhale, dive out of your seat towards your toes, forward fold. Inhale, lengthening through the spine or flat back. Exhale, all the way down we go, back to plank pose. So plant your hands, hop or step back. Here's plank. Nice full breath in. You can take that same shortcut to down dog, or with your exhale, bend your elbows, squeeze them in towards your ribs, lower your way down. Find a back bend. It might be upward facing dog or cobra pose as you inhale. And exhale, tuck your toes under. Knees and hips float right up into the air. Make your adjustments with your feet and hands so you can fully arrive in your posture. Now inhale, extend your right leg up behind you, reaching for the wall. Good. Exhale, let's step through. Right foot to the top of the mat. Yeah, like you're stepping over something nice. Turn your left heel to the ground behind you. So you have a solid footing on the ground. Shifting the weight back, weightless in the hands so you can rise up. Inhale, reaching to the air, first warrior. Exhale, hinge and fold. Make your way back down. Hands to the mat. Slide or pull the right foot back to meet the other. Shortcut to down dog or finish the vinyasa flow. Chaturanga. Into a back bend. Finishing with an exhale, downward facing dog. Feel the nice extended spine as you arrive. And then inhale to extend left leg up into the air, energetically reaching back behind you. Exhale to step left foot to the top of the mat. Light landing, right heel turns to the floor behind you, shifting the body weight back so you're centered. Hands will be light, so you can easily hinge your way up. There it is. Warrior one. Wonderful. Exhale, hinge and fold the body, hands to the ground, planted firmly into the mat. Pull the left foot back. There's plank. Finish your series as you'd like. As we meet together in downward facing dog. Good, nice variations and modifications. Take a breath or two in downward facing dog. Let's do some initial floor work. So bring the knees to the ground. Sit back briefly in hero. Then off to the side so you can take a seat. Swing the legs around to the front. Scoot forward so you have room behind you to roll onto your back. And just bring your knees into your chest. Add some movement here as it feels good. Check in with your back body, your hips, your knees, your feet, and your breath. Start this floor segment with a bridge pose, so plant the feet into the ground. You can take the feet a little wider than your hips here just to provide more space in your hips when you do rise. When you're ready, breathe in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, empty the belly. Use that core control to lift hips up into the air. You might even rock your upper body left and right several times to get your arms and shoulders underneath you, just to open up through the chest a bit more. You can bend your elbows so your arms or the backs of your arms are pressing into the mat to help you lift and hold the body in this lifted position. It's a very active pose, so just have the awareness of the engaged body. Feel the glute engagement, hamstrings, the lengthening and stretch quality in the front body, upper thighs, your belt line, low belly. One more breath. And then to come out, we'll wiggle the feet forward slightly to create space. Arms reach up into the air, creating more space, and then roll your way down slowly. Extend your body here to a good morning pose. Extend the legs out front, reach the arms behind you, reach and stretch in these opposite directions. We're going to do a little bit more floor work. Our focus today is going to be on our outer hips. Hips in general, but with a good focus on the outer hips. So you can just bring your arms down by your side like you're in Shavasana, but then bend your knees and plant your feet into the ground like you're prepping for bridge. Let's take the left foot, pick up your left foot. You're going to cross your left leg over the right leg. And then pick up the right foot and draw the legs toward yourself. Now if you can, catch the legs. I'm catching the opposite shins here, okay? Or your ankles or even your feet. And if you gently pull them apart or towards the sides of the room, you might feel this in the outer hips, glutes. So check in with sensation and what sensations do arise for you, how it feels. About 3 more breaths here. This is really getting us ready for a pose we'll do later in a seated posture, cow face pose, which is a pretty intense hip opener. All right, let's go ahead and release the hold, uncross the legs. Just place your feet back down onto the floor for a moment so things can relax for a few seconds. Feel that disengagement. We'll do the other side, so cross right leg over the left. And then bring the legs up so you can catch them in your hands, your knees, your shins, ankles, whatever you can reach. Feel like you're just pulling them apart. Very gently, you don't have to force that. I'm even adding a gentle rock left and right. See if that adds any more sensation, kind of like a stretch or a little massage in the places that might be a little tight or bound up. Two more breaths. Release that hold, uncross the legs. Again, just place the feet on the floor, let everything disengage, relax for a moment. When you're ready, we'll come to seated. So you can bring your knees to chest, rock your way up to seated, or even roll to the side and press yourself up to seated. So boat pose, that's it, good. Nice long spine, we're leaning back, so we have an angled upper body, leaning back enough so you can lift the feet if you'd like. You can certainly do this with feet on the ground. Good breathing and inhale, just like in mountain pose, breathing to fill up your lungs. Nice expansiveness there. Exhale, you can actually breathe out through the mouth if you'd like. So you can really feel the air leave your belly and feel the contraction of the muscles there. A little lift of the chin so your neck is nice and long. A couple more breaths. And just good activation for our core. And let's get ready to move. So an inhale like you're floating up off the ground. Exhale, cross legs, maybe hands in front or even to the side. So you can just swing or step or hop the feet back into plank pose. Hold for a moment. Still feel the belly button pull up towards spine, that core engagement. And then let's all take a shortcut to downward facing dog. Just bend the knees, send your hips into the air, and make your foot and hand adjustment. Continuing, inhale, extend right leg up, hold on the exhale, and just extend a little bit more, reach more through the foot. A little bit more opening through the hip and low back as you extend. Let's open the hip by bending the knee. Bring the heel down towards your backside, a little lift of the knee. You'll almost feel like you're going to step over yourself. Okay, as we open up through the hip just a little bit more, as we also create a mild rotation or twist in the spine. That's it. Yeah, good. Breathing in, we'll exhale to unwind it and step through. Right foot to the top of the mat, back to our warrior one. So you'll, rotate the left heel to the floor, feel that grounding and balance, then rise when you're ready with an inhale. Good. Exhale, opening to your warrior two. Let's hold there for a moment. Feel tall. Tuck the tailbone under. Draw belly in. There's our core stability. And side angle. Yeah, reaching forward, angled upper body. Rotate the arms. Reaching down towards the floor with your right hand. It might touch the floor, but of course you don't have to touch the floor. Left hand reaching up. Nice opening through the front body and the hips. Nice. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Here we go. Exhale. Turn and fold. Hands to the floor. Back to our plank pose. Pause there so there's a sense of realigning the body after working at one side. And then a shortcut to downward facing dog. Inhale to extend left leg up and away. Hold on the exhale, keep breathing, get longer. Reach. Bend your left knee, heel down towards backside, a little lift of the knee. You can stay just like that, but if it feels okay, imagine you're trying to step over yourself. A little bit more opening. Notice where that shows up as sensation in your body. Inhale, yes. Exhale to unwind out of that twist. Step left foot to the top of the mat. Near the left hand, right heel to the floor, finding your center. Hinge from hips, rising up. There's our first warrior. Exhale, expand and open to your warrior two. Make adjustments with your feet if you need to. Again, tuck tailbone under, core engagement. Really want to feel like your torso is just sitting nicely in that pelvic bowl. Okay, we're going to tip that bowl as we reach forward. To angle the upper half of the body, rotate here, reaching high and low. Nice opening. You might even feel the left arm kind of braced against the inner left leg. There's a way to keep the hip opening. And that right arm reaching up and almost slightly behind you, like you're starting to reach for something behind you. Yeah, but you're really leading with the shoulder rather than your hand, if that makes sense. Good. Here we go. Breathe in. Exhale or turn and fold or return to the earth. Plant the hands, slide the left foot back, pause. You can take that same shortcut to downward facing or finish that flow, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, walk, step, or hop both feet up to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Crown comes forward, yes. Exhale, fold. Weight shift into the heels, bend your knees, long torso, outstretched arms. Inhale, up we go. Inhale to rise. Exhale, bring your arms down to your side. Very nice, good. Arriving here, check in, shake things out, take some breaths. Get some water. Let me just show you this. Just came to mind. I'm going to use a block here. I tend to, but probably 99% of the time I teach side angle here with the arm on the inside of the leg because I like this ability to be able to kind of brace against it because it keeps things open here and this nicely aligned. And then leading like with the back of this shoulder behind you just to really get a good sense of opening. Now, another way to do this, and in some of the other classic ways of practicing yoga, the arm doesn't come to the inside. It actually is on the outside. So you can try that if you'd like. Maybe a block here if you can't reach the floor, put a block on the outside. It's just another way of really feeling quite open here, okay? Rather than feeling like you might fall forward, but with the arm back here, you can really feel the kind of the pelvis kind of push forward. You have a little bit more space. So you can try that if you'd like. With our mountain pose, you do need your block for this next thing. Bring your block out in front of you, maybe tall like so. Okay, we're going to do another thing for our outer hips. So mountain pose, I'm going to try to mirror you here. You're going to peel your right heel off the floor. Okay, so you're on your toes there. Okay, and then just cross this leg in front of the other. So the shins, calves are kind of touching there, still on your toes back there, but find balance as best as you can. So the toes or the balls of the foot pressing into the floor, the left foot pressing into the floor nice and tall. Because we're going to inhale together to bring your arms up because we're going to fold here. As we exhale, arms come out and down, bend both knees. That back knee is also bending. So we can come down, maybe catch the block. Maybe you can go lower and touch the ground or turn your block lower. This might just help with balance. Okay, so we're just here trying to get into the outer hips a little bit with the cross leg. And again, you can add a little movement like wagging your tail a little left to right, just to get into the outer hips. This will become part of our sequence a little bit later. We are going to come back up, so we want to find that center and balance on the left foot and the balls of the right foot. Find your center so you can maybe take the arms out, hinge your way back up, reaching into the sky. Keep the arms up, uncross the legs, plant the feet, find balance, and then bring your arms down. Okay, and then walk the feet out if you need to there, yeah? So let's do the other side whenever you're ready. Same setup. Mountain pose for balance. Peel left heel. Cross it in front of the other. Plant, find that balance, find that center. Bending both knees, so that back knee is also kind of bending, so they'll kind of jet forward a little bit. Now we'll inhale, reach into the sky. Exhale, swan dive. Catching the block or ground if you can reach. Notice where you have sensation. It could even be in the hamstrings or the inner legs. Wherever you are, wherever you have sensation, just breathe into it. Add that movement if it feels right for you. We'll take 3 more breaths. And finding your center on the right foot. So I guess it's your left foot. And then rise up. Inhale. Reaching into the air, keep arms up as we uncross, plant the feet, rebalance, and the arms back down by your side. And then walk that out as you'd like. Okay. So if you'd like, maybe placing your block on the right side of your mat. So when we get into our side angle, it's there if you want to try that different way of doing side angle pose. So let's just flow from here, starting in mountain. Here we go. Inhale, reach into the sky, big stretch, lengthening through the sides of the body. Exhale, swan dive forward. Here we go. Down towards toes. Moving with breath, go at your own pace. Inhale, extend spine, crown comes forward, monkey pose. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, hands to the ground. Hop or step back, plank pose. Come down if you'd like. Chaturanga Dandasana. Good, nice. Or flow through the sequence or a sequence as you desire, making your way eventually to downward facing dog. So chaturanga, up dog, downward facing dog. Here we go. Inhale, extending right leg into the air. Bend and twist like we did earlier. Lifting the knee, feel like you're going to step over yourself. Okay, good opening. Unwind, step through with an exhale. Right foot to the top of the mat. Nice. Left heel turns to the floor. Grounding, centering, warrior 1. Exhale, opening warrior 2. Make some adjustments here. Nice and tall. Here comes side angle. The prep is to reach forward. Rotate the arms. Maybe right hand on the outside of the leg. Maybe fingertips touch the ground just fine, or bring in that block. Okay, left arm reaching up, but also feeling perhaps like you're reaching for something behind you, but leading with the shoulder. Yeah, and just, it does feel a little different because that leg, that right leg, is kind of on its own there. Okay, unless the arm and leg are still pressed into one another, which is perfect. Okay, here we go. Breathe in. Exhale, turn, fold. Listen carefully. You're going to place your hands on the mat. Rise up onto your tiptoes behind you. So you'll be in a runner's lunge, like so. We're going to bring the left knee to the ground. Now you can pad the knee. Okay, you can fold your mat, or if you have a blanket or a towel, place that underneath the knee. We're going to be here a while, but rise up first, your upper body, so your hands are on your front leg. Even lean back a little bit, taking some of the weight off the front foot, and really take that foot forward. So if you're here, okay, we're coming out of that 90 degrees and taking it way out front, because we're going to go into a lunge, okay? And then replace your hands on your thigh. Here we go. Inhale, just feel tall, like the torso is lifting up out of that bowl. Exhale, send the hips forward. Everything shifts forward. We shifted the foot forward so that we have this, maintain the alignment here, not aggravating the shin or the knee. Now you can stay up high. Now you can please keep hands on thigh or knee, and if you're deep in this lunge, you'll get into this back bend, which is fine. If you don't want the back bend, lean forward. You do want to feel sensation perhaps here in the hip flexor. If this isn't enough, maybe come down. Hands on the inside of your right foot. You can stay just like this. You might need more space, taking the right foot out to the right side. You can even bring your block around here. Place your hands or forearms on the block. If you want to go down lower, maybe you can reach the ground with the elbows. But if you can't quite get there, use the block, or even turn the block up a little higher, or stack some blocks. Now that right foot and leg, if you did turn it out to the side, it's kind of like, if you peek up here for a quick second, it's like happy baby pose. So the leg is turned out, knee is turned out. It just gives you a lot more space. We will be doing this pose later, okay? So this is just getting you ready, but I think the way you're doing it now adds more sensation. There's a lot going on right there. So breath, okay? And just like other postures, you can just hold static, or maybe you want to add a little movement, a little massage-like movements. Get into the left leg that's extended behind you, and get into this right leg, inner right thigh. Good, 2 more breaths. Alrighty, if you made it down to your elbows, take your time, come back up onto your hands, even start to get out of that deep lunge. If you have a block, let's move it over to the left side of your mat, up onto your hands. If your foot went out to the side, let's bring that back in. Hands out front, even maybe in front of the front foot. Tuck your toes behind you so you can lift that back knee. So return to a runner's lunge. Strong press into the mat with the hands, strong straight arms, so you can slide or pull the right foot back. There's our aligned body. Okay, finishing your flow, meeting in down dog. You can move through Chaturanga Dandasana into your upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. When you're ready, inhale, extend left leg up into the air. Bend and twist. Either hold there or open up a bit more as you're able. And then ready to unwind, coming through. Left foot to the top of the mat, moving through it with an exhale. Right heel turns to the floor, shifting the body weight back. Hands are light. No strain, hopefully, in that left knee as you rise to your first warrior. Exhale, opening to warrior 2. Adjusting your feet, good foundation. Side angle, reaching out. Tip it over, maybe left hand and arm on the outside of the leg, just for a different sensation, just an option there. Using the block just to give yourself a little support and height if that arm is behind you or behind the leg. The right arm reaching into the air, leading or reaching behind you with the right shoulder. Here we go. Breathe in. Exhale, a careful turn to the floor. Hands on the mat. Rise up onto your tiptoes behind you. There's our runner's lunge. Gently set the right knee onto the ground. Pat it as you need to. Let's get set up for the deep lunge. Rise up. Lean back. Move that foot way out front. Inhale, tall torso. Exhale, go for your lunge. Take your time. Settle in. Stay up high for the back bend. Or release the back bend, staying here. Or gradually take your time, never a rush to get here. Hands to the floor on the inside of the left foot. Move the left foot out to the side so you have that same sensation of the knee and foot kind of pointing out at an angle. More space in the inner leg, so maybe you can go a little deeper. Yes. Hands can remain on your mat. Torso could also lower, so your arms can either come to the ground or bring in a block. Finding your personal depth. Check in, just notice if you're trying to push yourself into the pose. If that's the case, okay, soften it up. Pull back a little bit so you're not forcing it. Adding that gentle massage. And even just holding and breathing, the breath acts as a massage. Just imagine sending the breath right into those areas you're working. Very nice. About 2 more breaths here. Ready to move. If you made it to your elbows, come up slowly to your hands. Come out of that deep lunge, pulling the hips back. Just move your block somewhere just out of the way. And just heel toe that left foot back in. Left hand and arm on the outside of that foot. Tuck your toes behind you, lifting the knee. There's our runner's lunge. Lifting the hips. Strong press into the mat with the hands. Slide left foot back, plank pose. Notice how things just come back to a nice straight line. And then finish the sequence as you like, either a shortcut to down dog or complete your series to return to downward facing. Another quick lunge flow here. Inhale, extend right leg up behind you. Reach, bend, and twist. Now you're welcome to stay like that, just opening up more, or if you'd like, flip the dog into Wild Thing. Flip it all the way over. Right foot to the floor. You might turn the left foot around so you can plant that foot into the mat. Lifting the hips, reaching up into the air. It's a twisted back bend. Breathe in. In the exhale, we flip back over. Left hand down, left leg up into the air. Then right foot to the top of the mat. I'm on the wrong foot here. Warrior 1. Exhale, opening Warrior 2. Right away, side angle. Right arm can come to the inside or outside of the leg. We're not going to be here long. Breathe in, just getting a nice flow. Exhale, turn and fold. Hands down. Just step right back into down dog. Both feet on the floor, hips in the air. Pause. Now we'll do the left side. Inhale, extend left leg into the sky. Bend and twist. Either hold there or open up more, or if you can, flip it around. Left foot's on the floor. Right foot plants into the ground, nice opening, there it is, breathe in. Yes, exhale, flip it back over, left hand down, left leg up into the sky, reach, and left foot to the top of the mat. Here we go, Warrior 1. Same flow at your own pace, right heel to the ground, there's your centering, rising high. Exhale, expand and open, Warrior 2. Side angle pose, reaching out and then down, either on the inside or outside of that leg, or modify that if you need to. Yes, breathe in, wonderful. Exhale, return to the earth, hands down, down dog, step back, both feet on the floor, hips in the air. All Let's get into our cow face pose. So extend the right leg up, bend and twist. You don't have to open up too much. We're going to bring the right knee to the floor up near the wrist, between the wrists, if you can see me here. So the knee right between the hands. And you'll take that foot and swing it over towards the left side of your mat. Step your hands forward here. Okay, that's going to allow you to lift the left leg up behind you. Okay, and just feel that leg activate, the glutes, the hamstrings. Okay, and then bend that knee and then tuck it in tightly behind the right. Okay, and then swing that foot over to the side of the room. So you have a little V shape behind you, a little space behind you, a triangle. And then using your hands, sit back. You might need your block here. Hopefully you have one nearby. You can either sit on the ground if you can reach the ground, or bring in a block and sit on the block. Okay, so this is our cow face pose. I'm going to call it half cow face because we're only going to do the legs as an arm posture that goes along with it. Let's just focus on the legs. So we did it lying down. I had you kind of hold on to your shins or ankles, okay, and kind of pull apart. Here in seated, what you may want to do to add sensation is try to send the feet forward, that direction, okay. I know for me, I get right into the IT bands there, outer hips, okay. If you need more sensation, just sit on the floor or even fold forward. Doesn't take much really to get the sensation. Yes, there you go. Because I'm sending my feet somewhat forward. My feet want to move. They feel like they want to snap back. I'm just gently pressing the feet down so they just kind of stay in place as I fold forward here a little bit. A couple more breaths, yes. Okay. And rise back up a little here. And if you're on a block, you want to maybe get the hands to the side so you can get off your block, set it to the side, then sit onto the floor. Catch yourself with your hands behind you so you can uncross your legs and heels on the floor. Lift your hips and then just sit back down just to kind of resit, and then boat pose. There we go. We're going to inhale, float your way up. Exhale, cross legs, hands out in front, kind of roll over those cross legs. Step back, plank pose. Okay, shortcut to down dog. You can go through a vinyasa if you'd like, but shortcut to down dog's fine. Inhale, extend left leg into the air, bend and twist, just a little bit of an opening, ready for cow face. So the left knee comes to the floor, behind the wrist. Right in the center, swing that foot over to the right side. Step your hands forward just to recenter so you can pick up that back leg. Flex, maybe flex the foot or point your toes, just something to feel the leg activate. Bend that knee, tuck knee tightly in behind the knee on the floor. Swing that foot off to the left side. Use your hands to help walk or sit back. Use your little bench there of your block to sit into the pose. Yep, same thing. Yeah, I like that little massage movement. It's just you might find ways to kind of move in the pose, feel what's happening. One thing that we do in yin yoga, this is obviously is not a yin class, but in yin yoga, the basis there is try to disengage your muscles and just try to relax as much as you can. Let your muscles just kind of, as you're in a pose, so that there's kind of a natural stretch going on. This is an active posture, but is there a way, even just consciously thinking about it and working to a place where, can I relax my body in this pose? Is there a way of relaxing the muscles? Because it might feel very different. 3 more breaths. Good. If you fold, or just coming up a little bit, we want to get off the block if you're sitting on one. Sit back behind you, hands behind you so you can lean back, uncross the legs, heels on the floor, lift the hips, resit, boat pose. Inhale like you're floating up. Exhale, cross. Hands in front, hop or step back, plank pose. Shortcut or a full flow if you like. Through your postures to downward facing dog. Okay, full breath in. Exhale, walk, step or hop both feet up to the top of your mat. Inhale, monkey pose, good extended spine. Exhale, fold. Let's just hold that for just a moment. Feel what's happening in the back, hamstrings, hips. Then the weight shift into the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Coming up, reaching into the air. Be a little extra pause there at the top. Yeah, exhale, arms to your side. Shake it loose. Very nice, okay? So holding some postures, kind of getting into those hips. So our sequence is going to start with that cross-legged thing. Just watch me for a second. So I'm just crossing left over right. We are going to go arms up. We are going to fold. You can use a block if you need it, but we are going to come right back up. And when the arms come up, nice extension. We're going to pick up this foot and just take it back into a warrior two, okay? And we'll just flow from there to a reverse warrior, side angle, back or front. Continue with the flow. Here, right into cow face. Okay, I'm just going to step my hands forward there. So we'll take us right into cow face for a few breaths. Okay, alrighty. So if you need a block out front or in front of you there, right foot's going to stay planted on the floor, so we'll peel that left heel off, cross, feel stable. Then our in-breath, reaching into the sky. Exhale, fold. Be sure both knees are bent. You're not locking that back knee. Okay, to the block or floor with the hands. Nice deep forward fold. Okay, re-extend the spine, arms out to the side. Plant the feet as best as you can as you come back up. Reach into the air nice and tall. Uncross that back leg, step back. Okay, right into a warrior one. So plant that heel behind you. Open up, warrior two. Reverse the warrior, reaching up and slightly behind. Right hand reaching up into the air. Then your side angle, there it is. Right hand to the inner or outer leg. Breathing in, nice opening. Exhale, turn, fold. Hands to the floor. Back to down dog. Sweep the right foot back and up into the air. Bend and twist. Cow face. Right knee between the wrists. Swing that foot off to the side. Step the hands forward so you can lift that back leg. Feel the activated back leg. Bend the knee. Tuck it in behind the other. Make that space behind you. Sit back. Use your block as you need to. Just a few breaths, maybe 3 or 5 breaths here. Adding on to the sensation as you'd like, or even softening it up if that's best for you at this moment. Maybe a couple more. If you fold, let's come back up, lean back, catch yourself. Uncross the legs, do a quick reset, boat pose. We're moving right away. Inhale, float up. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front, hop or step back, plank pose, perhaps Chaturanga Dandasana or a variation of flow. Right into downward facing dog. Inhale while in down dog. Exhale, walk, step or hop, both feet return to the top of the mat. Inhale, monkey pose, extended spine. Exhale, fold. Hold there for a second if you need to reposition blocks, maybe out in front of you there. Weight shift into the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Back up we go. Reach nice and tall. Exhale, arms down to your side. That's our sequence. Let's do the other side. So the left foot will stay planted. Pick up the right heel, we'll cross that leg. Here, find your center. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. As we exhale, be sure both knees are bent. Folding, catching the block or floor. Melting all the way down. Feel the stretch and release. Re-extend the spine, root the feet as best as you can as you inhale and float back up. Reach into the sky, keep arms in the air, uncross, step back, open it up so you'll be kind of in a warrior one, right into warrior two, reverse warrior. Side angle, left arm can come to the inside or outside of the front leg. Inhale. Exhale, turn, return to the earth with the hands. Back to down dog, sweep the foot back and up, bend and twist. Ready for cow face or half cow face. Left knee to the ground behind the wrist, angle the leg, step the hands forward. Right leg can kick up, activated. Straight leg, then bend the knee, tuck it in behind, and then sit back. Use a block if you need it. 3 or 5 breaths. Notice if things are shifting, if things are opening, if they're releasing for you. Two more breaths. If you're folded, we're coming back up. We're coming off the block. If you're on the block, sit on the ground behind you. Catch yourself with your hands behind you. Uncross, resit, just a quick boat pose. We're gonna stay seated, however. Okay? Inhale, just lift, and just exhale, set the heels onto the floor. Quickly just come to a cobbler's pose. Alrighty. One last thing for our segment here. So where the strap's gonna come in handy. We're gonna do both legs with this. I'm gonna do my left leg, however. Just watch. I'm just gonna extend my left leg up, so we're gonna get a hamstring stretch. I'm gonna extend my right leg out in front, getting a nice hamstring stretch. Okay if the knee bends, it can even be out forward. So let's start with that hamstring stretch. Switch hands on the strap. So I can take the leg across the body, crossing the midline so I can get this stretch here. Trying to maintain this hip as close to the floor as possible rather than a rotation, okay? Just trying to take the leg across for the stretch. For me, I don't have to go very far to feel this, okay? A couple breaths there, we'll unwind it, coming back out, kind of out to the side, turn that leg out, bend the knee, and for a half happy baby pose, either pull the strap or hold on to the sole of the foot. You can hold it just like this. If you want to play, you can extend if you want to. Okay. So that's our sequence. Okay. So go ahead and lie down. Grab your strap. We'll start with the right leg. So right foot will catch the strap. Extend the leg up. Left leg out onto the ground. And just feel that initial stretch with the right hamstring there. Couple breaths there. And just notice before we get into the rotation or before we get into the IT band stretch, just notice your whole back body connecting to the floor as best as you can. Okay? And then you can switch hands on the strap, even wrap the strap around your hand and start to slowly cross the midline. Okay, there you go. Switching hands if that works better. There you go. Good. Trying to keep the hips on the ground. There. So it may not go very far, nor does it need to, but if you're not feeling much, yeah, you can probably take the hip off the floor a little bit, or even change the angle of the leg. You might bring the leg more towards me or the front of the room or towards the back of the room, and just to see where you find sensation. You might not, because it's very possible in this posture not to feel much at all. Okay, yeah. But in any case, whether there's sensation or not, it's a nice stretch for the outer leg. Let's switch hands on the strap again. Let's reopen, kind of take it out to the side, a little angled out to the side, rotation of that leg, and then bend the knee like you're doing happy baby pose. You might have to change your hand position on the strap, or even just hold on to the bottom of your foot with your hand. You might find that you can get into the pose a little deeper because you're only working one leg. And again, it kind of mimics what you did much earlier in that deep lunge. If you'd like, just stay right there, or even extend the leg out to the side there if you want. A couple more breaths to finish up this side. Okay, you might bend the knee, bring it back up to center, and just kind of extend it up into the air. Okay. Use both hands to kind of open the strap. Let's take the left leg up and just switch feet in the strap in the air. Okay. So left foot's in the strap, extend the right leg on the floor, and let's get our hamstring extended here a little bit. A couple breaths. Once again, notice what part of your back body is connected to the floor. You want to try to maintain that as we now cross the midline. So you might hold onto the strap with your right hand, cross the midline with the left leg, just to the point where you might feel something in the outer hip and glute, or even down through the side of the leg. Trying to stay as flat as possible, changing where that leg is in space, either forward or more behind you, or bend the knee. Or if you do need to lift that hip up off the floor a bit to create sensation, that's fine. All right, one more deep breath. We'll soften that up. You might switch hands on that strap again. So onto the left hand, out to the side, kind of at an angle out to the side. A little outer rotation of that leg, bend the knee, and you're making your way into your half happy baby pose. Holding up a little higher on the strap, or you can get rid of the strap and just hold on to the sole of your foot. And you're still well connected to the ground here too. What might help is extending your right arm out to the right side, even flexing your right foot just to activate that side so you still feel grounded. You can keep that left knee bent, or you can even extend the leg for a different sensation in the inner leg and hip. And whenever you're ready, we'll bend the knee, bring it back in. You can release the strap from the foot. Go ahead and extend the leg out in front of you. Let's place the strap on the side. We're done with that. Just come briefly to Shavasana, just for a realignment. Take a breath or two there. Now you're welcome just to stay here. You can be finished and just be here. Or if there's any other movements you want to add, for example, you might bring both knees back in. You might do a twist, spinal twist, sending knees to one side, opposite arm out to the other side. Maybe even an inverted pose if you would like to extend your legs in the air, like shoulder stand, for example, or even another hip opener. Whatever you'd like to do, really just listen to your own intuition, your own body, what feels right for you here. Taking your time as you move into these additional postures. No rush, but whenever you feel complete, just make your way to Shavasana or any other restorative position. Shavasana is considered a yin posture, meaning you're disengaging your muscles, finding as best as you can complete release and relaxation. You might feel a heaviness, kind of a sinking body into the earth. Your breath might even feel a little slower and heavier here too. Return to the awareness of your breath. Just simply notice your breath. And as you bring awareness back into the breath, notice your body. This connection to the earth. The disengaged muscles feeling as relaxed as possible. Remembering this sensation, remembering how this feels. So you can come back to this feeling whenever you need to. Now take 3 slow, deep breaths. Feeling the body expand and starting to move. Coming out of its heaviness into lightness. Rising from the earth. Whenever you're ready, taking your time after that 3rd breath, slowly and carefully roll onto one side of your body. You might even pause there for a moment. And then still moving as slowly as you can, feeling that lightness return, moving with breath, rising up to seated. Feel free to keep your arms relaxed by your side, hands in your lap or on your knees, or bring hands to heart center. Wherever you are, just taking one more deep breath in, complete breath out. And as we come to the close of our practice, we bow, saying, Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for watching and participating in this yoga lesson. To help us with the channel so we can continue to bring you more content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. Namaste.